Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about more blowback against Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro-owned Wizards of the Coast, losing artists now, losing high-profile artists because of their use of AI. Now, my understanding is that Dave Rapoza here is quitting working on Magic the Gathering over the AI controversy we covered yesterday, that they used AI for their marketing for a Tomb Raider expansion or something. They said, no, it wasn't. And then, after they got called out, they're like, yeah, it is, but it's just marketing and a third party did it. And no big deal, no big whoop. We'll do better next time. Then next time. Well,
right. I think that's what it is. I think it's the whole next time is why he's angry.
Yeah, that's the thing that's making people upset.
I think so too. That's what they're like, you're gaslighting them and they're telling them that that's not, you're not seeing what you're seeing.
It's not AI. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what people are really mad about. I mean, they don't want them to use AI to begin with because this is a job. These jobs were made for a lot of artists and there was a lot of people that were employed because of them. So they don't want to use AI for that reason. But the fact that they just keep lying about it blatantly and then saying they're not going to do it again, then doing it again, but like using these little caveats like in final and all that stuff, you know, which I said was, I caught that immediately and was like, well, they're telling you they're going to.
Yep.
And that's what people are mad about. The fact that they keep saying, you know, I'm not going to do it. Psych. I'm not going to do it. Oops. I'm not going to do it. No, not this time for real. Oh, you caught me. But next time I won't until you do.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about this because it's like every other week, Wizards is stepping on that rake one way or another with fans, and I don't think there's gonna be much left of them. And they just laid a bunch of people off right before Christmas. Hasbro did, a lot of them at Wizards of the Coast.
I think that's a big part of it too.
Playing
into it with people.
Yeah, because they're like, wait a second, you just fired a whole bunch of people. You just got done telling us that you weren't going to use AI. Now we busted you using AI, and now you're lying to us and telling us it's not AI, but we know it is. What is going on here? So we're going to talk about this artist quitting. I think there probably will be more. Does Hasbro care? At the end of the day, I don't know if they do. I really don't know if they're going to care, which is really unfortunate. But I think that they're just looking at this point, they're just looking at their bottom line. They're like, yeah, guys like him, they cost a lot of money. We can just AI it and slap it on a card and people are going to buy these at Walmart.
Sometimes they look for those cards specifically for the artist.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I don't know.
That's true, but good luck with that. We're going to talk about it before we get into any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, give woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to shopclownfish.com. Pick up a copy of Crimson Wren Volume 1, previously on Clownfish TV. Both of these books drawn by hand, not drawn with AI. And they're fun to look at. They really are. No AI used. People were kind of jumping on me on, by people, I mean sock puppet accounts were jumping on me on Twitter being like, but you use AI in your thumbnails, Clownfish. You're a hypocrite. I said, no, I didn't say we wouldn't use AI. I said that if we used AI, it's going to be limited to stuff that we're not actually taking jobs from artists. It's going to be, thumbnails and blog posts and garbage like that that's disposable. We're not going to do AI with comic books or games or anything like that.
We hire artists. We hire people. Pay them.
We hire people and pay them. We actually do pay them. Pay them for that. So this is Dave Rapoza. If you're not, I think that's how you pronounce his name. If you're not familiar with his name, you're probably familiar with his work. He does pretty amazing work, and I've seen a lot of these images around. But here's some of his magic work. Wow. And I'm not a very actually, I'm not a Magic player at all. I haven't touched Magic in like 25 years, but I'm even familiar with these images. I've seen these on marketing materials and, very, very talented individual. He's got like 3,000 patrons on Patreon. That's confusing. Patrons on Patreon, pretty popular artist, and he's quitting. He's quitting. So here's what he said on Twitter to the response that Wizards took down about the AI art. He said, just like that, poof, I'm done working for Wizards of the Coast. You can't say you stand against this and then blatantly use AI to promote your products, emails sent, goodbye, you all. Yeah, so this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, because that's the thing. If they wouldn't have made such a big deal, oh, guys.
That's just it.
Oh, we're not going to do AI. No, I know we got busted like, four times now?
They had been upfront about it and been like, oh, we didn't realize, it's like, oh, yeah, yes, this is AI. I can see it. Oh, we didn't know we were supposed to not use it on our marketing materials. We're sorry. In the future, we won't use it on that. Something like that. They started off with being apologetic maybe, but immediately they lied and said, no, it's not. You're all full of crap.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yep. So I like how he did this, because he said, if you're going to stand for something, you better make sure you're actually paying attention. Don't be lazy. Don't lie. And that's Wizards. They're lying. They're like, they had to have known AI was used, I'm sure. Don't be hard on other artists if they don't quit. So this is the thing. If somebody quits on principle, it bothers them. That's on them and good on them, and you can agree with them, but not everybody's in the same position. Because a lot of times you get people that are like, well, so-and-so quit. It would be the right thing to do. Or boycott this. It's the right thing to do. Why don't you just quit your
voice acting too. They all quit, so you should quit too. And it's like, but some people couldn't.
No, he said, I can and can afford to, because I work for many other game studios and whatnot. Some people only have Wizards of the Coast, and they can't afford to quit having families and others to take care of. Don't follow my lead if you can't. No pressure. I think that's 100% cool of him to say.
That is good of him to say.
Yeah, I like the comments asking why I didn't quit from the Pinkertons, the layoffs, etc. I'll leave you with these people's favorite quote. The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is 25 years ago. Okay. Okay, I'm going to mute this now. So, yeah, basically people are calling him out now. They're like, why don't you quit from the Pinkertons? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And that over AI. I think it is them lying to people.
Yeah, I think it's them lying to them, but Pinkertons weren't taking away weren't interfering with his job. I mean, they weren't, but the AI could.
Yeah. Got a lot of messages. I'm not going to return. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're just done. Yeah, we're just done. He's done. And he can afford to. I mean, look at his portfolio. He's got like tons of other clients here. He doesn't need to work for Wizards. And I'm going to be honest. If he is a shrewd business person, which he may be, if he's, taking on these gigs and he's, this high up the food chain, he's going to look at this and be like, there's not going to be much work for me anyway. And this company is not going to be around much longer, because clearly something's going on there. They laid off 40% of their staff last year in total between the multiple rounds of layoffs. They gutted Wizards of the Coast. They gutted key creative personnel at Wizards. They're obviously experimenting with and using AI to produce artwork. Realistically, he's probably looking at too, like, this is how much I charge. They clearly don't want to pay it.
Nope.
So I'm not losing anything. Like, I'm not gonna kiss their ass and play their games if I'm not gonna, have anything anyway.
Now, I understand that. It's kind of weird coming forward with comics and with Disney and things like that. I mean, I totally get where he's coming from.
Oh, completely. Yeah. And that was where we were at with comics. It was like, it's very obvious where things were going with comics, that comics don't pay, that we weren't the right kind of people to get book deals. And that was about the only thing that was paying in comics. And I wasn't
going to kneel and take being, shit on, in the meantime. It's like, I don't have to take your shit. I'm not gonna.
No.
So, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So good on him. I mean, that's his decision. You don't have to agree with it. But again, he's in a place where he can do that. I think we're going to see a lot of this. But I think we're also going to see people leaving just because there's no work for them. And what I think the whole purpose of this whole thing is, and a lot of layoffs, and you don't like to hear it, but they're going to pivot this company into being a video game company or just a rights holder, and they're going to do more and more with AI. They're going to outsource more, and I don't think we're going to see the gorgeously illustrated modules and cards and stuff that Wizards has produced in the past. I think we're going to see the bare minimum being done. And I think if you want that kind of work, you're probably going to have to go with an independent game company, because I don't think you're going to get it from Hasbro. They got to turn a profit, and they're not doing it. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.